Hi, my name is Ilma and welcome to my channel. I've been posting Christian blog 12 straight years every day. Today I'd like to share Genesis 41 verses 9 to 13. Here's the word of God. Then the chief cupbearer said to Pharaoh, I remember my offenses today, when Pharaoh was angry with his servants and put me and the chief baker in custody in the house of the captain of the guard. We dreamed of the same night, he and I each having a dream with its own interpretation. A young Hebrew was there with us, a servant of the captain of the guard. When we told him, he interpreted our dreams to us, giving an interpretation to each man according to his dream. And as he interpreted to us, so it came about. I was restored to my office, and the baker was hanged. Genesis 41 verses 9 to 13. Here's the poem I wrote inspired by those verses. Cupbearer remembers Joseph. 2 years later, after Joseph interpreted the cupbearer's dream, he suddenly remembered how accurately Joseph's interpreted it. So he told Pharaoh his experience with Joseph in prison. Joseph's interpretation actually came true and he was restored in office. He also narrated of the baker's dream interpreted by Joseph, which both happened the same night and both their dreams came true. Here's my essay. It took 2 long years before the cupbearer remembered how Joseph's dream interpretation of his dream came true. The Pharaoh's frustration with his dream not being interpreted by anyone he called to do so led for the cupbearer to remember Joseph, who accurately interpreted his and the baker's dream 2 years before that. We often wonder why we go through trials and adversities long, but we don't understand God's perfect timing. Perhaps it was in his design to let 2 years pass by before Joseph was remembered for this gift of interpreting dreams. God always knows but best when it comes to knowing when to give, take away, or allow anyone to suffer. Because God is all-seeing and all-knowing, he has perfect timing. We, on the other hand, become so self-centered and not see the big picture. It may have appeared Joseph's waiting is long, but I'm sure that God had been working those 2 years in light of a greater good for Joseph. Reflection. Why do you think God prolongs our agony at times? Well, we usually think God is prolonging our agony, but in God's perspective, it is grooming us to be able to heal, or at the same time, He's able to show and teach us a lesson that we could have learned instead of focusing on the experience or on the suffering. So when God prolongs our agony, there could be many different reasons. One, it could be about making us resilient. It could be about making us patient. It could be about learning about the consequences of sin. It could be about showing how powerful he is to solve our problems, or for us to be able to recognize our need for somebody higher than us. So there's so many reasons why our agony happens at times, and most of the time when we humans try to interpret why God is allowing all these things to happen, we don't see the big picture. We only see what we're going through. We only see what God is planning and preparing for us to experience and to learn from and to grow us and to pour more blessings on us. So the way we look at things is very different on how God looks at things. In this case, I think it would have made a big difference if the timing of Joseph was right on this time when the Pharaoh needed an interpreter in his dream. Because maybe 2 years ago, Pharaoh didn't have a dream that's troubled him, and that would have made it less impactful uh, to hear about Joseph. But now it will be very impactful because he has he has a dream that he wants somebody to interpret, and now is the timing is correct. So we always try to see things our way, but usually the best way is seeing God's timing and God's glory and God's all-knowing, all-seeing, mighty mighty wisdom. Thanks for watching. I hope you check my website at ilmaarts.com for artworks, photographs, and a copy of this blog. Please subscribe to my channel on YouTube so I could make more videos, give you the Word of God. And if you haven't already, check over 3,000 videos I've done in those 12 years I've been doing this every day. Just type on Google or YouTube search ILMA'S Poem Devotional. Have a wonderful day.